they believe somewhere close to 23 days for a common cold to go from inception to completion till the person is back to normal again. So process is always going on inside the body. I mean, look at the gestation period, 9 months to make a baby from 2 cells to 53 trillion cells. To think that there are no processes going on and that these things are just coming up overnight. You know, I must have slept with the window open and now I have this backache. Very rarely is that the case.
Mind-body connection. We're hearing more about it. We're certainly more conscious about it. How does it play in your approach to wellness?
You know, it's absolutely at the core of it. So we say mind, body, and spirit, okay? And just as though, you know, the circle of wellness, when we discuss the circle of wellness, we'll say holistic health care, massage, and physiotherapies. That's the body, okay? That addresses the physical body. Nutrition, detoxification, those things address the chemistry of the body, all right? So the chemistry, the body, and now how do we deal with the mind or the spirit part of the body? And that's dealt with stress management, coaching, and personal development. So mind, body, and spirit has to be built in to our healthcare plan. Now, how it relates is, I've said so many times that 25 years ago, there was less than 5 psychosomatic diseases on the books. Psychosomatic being the mind, psycho, and soma, the body. So diseases that were caused in the body by the way the person thinks. Today, science has advanced to the extent that we understand that there's 15 to 1,800 psychosomatic related diseases. So things that we think about which can actually affect our physical health. Now, as a society, as people who are living their lives, who have families and kids and parents and spouses, I think people know a lot more than scientists ever did. We just need to have that proof coming from science. We knew hundreds of years ago that if one spouse passed away in a long-term relationship, the other spouse was sometimes soon to follow. Now we know that it's because of something called psychoneuroimmunology, that the psyche of the spouse who remained, who survived, was depressed because of the death. In some cases they're not so depressed.
In some cases, it's just the opposite. But that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a whole different interview.
No, but you're so right, because I've seen that time and again in my own life. So getting back to what you were before our moment of frivolity, yes, there,
because we have to somehow keep humor into it, because humor is a big part of being healthy too.
That's true. Yeah.
Even in tragedy, we find humor. So when we're talking about one spouse losing another, is the actual immune system actually depresses and depletes, and then the disease process in the body, it accelerates. And sometimes people die within hours of each other, sometimes within minutes, but oftentimes within months and perhaps years, the one spouse will follow the other. So what we know is that the mind, body, spirit is no longer a separate 3 entities. It's totally interconnected and integrated, just like the 7 areas of life we spoke about. And I'm going to say them again: spiritual, mental, vocational or career, financial, family, social, and physical health. Think about those 7 areas as little circles themselves, and then interlock each circle like a covalent bond. 2 together, separate, but having a space that they share. The 7 areas of life all interconnect with each other. That makes up who we are. To the extent that we value and pay attention to our 7 areas of life, will bring balance into our life. But any area of life that we do not either pursue mastery or just ignore, so if we ignore our finances and we move forward in all the other parts of our life, we can see right now, finances can take a whole family down, right? Can definitely take a person down, can make a person ill. So any area of life that we do not pay attention to becomes our Achilles heel and can ruin all the other parts of life that we're doing. So we focus on continually on that circle of wellness and bringing those areas of life together in order to have people reach their peak potential for health, at least increase the probabilities of them reaching their potential for health.